What's good? It's your girl Iris, and I'm back at it again with a back at it again. And it's been a while. Hope y'all didn't miss me too much. I'm sorry. I really was gone for a minute, but I'm back. And that's not nobody's fault but my own. I was living life. And I'm a little disappointed in myself, but I know everything happens for a reason. So we're just gonna get right into it. Sorry about my hair, sorry about my hands, sorry about my mouth. I didn't brush my teeth, wash my hands, do my hair. But we're gonna get straight into it. Father Almighty, Divine, please be with us. Please allow these messages to be for clarity. Ashe. There's a necessity to remember the past in a way. There's like something there's something in you that doesn't want to keep hearing about the past, but there's something about the past that is necessary for a little more growth. That's what I'm seeing here. What else? This is a yin yang oracle too. This has been resonating for me a lot lately, and I didn't even realize I bought this either. Truth expression. There's something about your inner self that that has the potential to affect your north node, but it's not going to. It's just you need to know about it, and you know what I'm saying, you're going to find out about it. You're going to know about it. You probably already do know about it, but this is just stuff that you already are aware of. So in a sense, basically, you could be wondering why you keep hearing about the past. And it's because there's an aspect about that past, like, I don't know, there's something that that person holds that if they do it again, they could affect you. That's the thing. That's the thing that is a threat to your north node, is what I'm saying. Some of you may not even encounter people from your past again. Some of you may. And for those who will encounter their past, this is definitely for you. For those who won't encounter their past again, say like the person died or you live on another side of the world, it's an energy. It's not the person, it's the energy. So that person could stay the same, or that person could be one place, but the energy, it follows, if that makes sense. Hope that makes sense. With air coming out. Gemini, Libra, Aquarius may be significant. I'm also getting you the first in your lineage to do this. To be, to take the time to go within, to really do the thing. And Spirit's really proud of you for that. Gaia sees you walking across her earth. It's more of like a feeling. Like, it's almost like Gaia energy just is being affected in a beautiful way, in a nice little particular way. I'm seeing the word petal for some reason. Petal, P-E-T-A-L. Petal, like a flower. Okay. It's like you're another flower. But what I was picturing was somebody walking across grass, and like the energy coming from them is greater than the energy coming from the grass, or is adding to the energy of the grass. What's this? Memories. This is a cool deck. Oh. So you've always had good intentions in your life. You always wanted to love and be loved. And you was always so creative. You were made for that. And I feel like you're coming to understand, remember, or realize that that is your purpose, to love, create, and to have nothing but good intentions in everything that you do. Yeah. In order to love, you had to do a lot of inner work. That's where the self-care came from. It was almost like people that was placed in your predicament or in your field of work, or like the lifestyle, like I'm thinking of like the events of one's life. You're the only one in your lineage that had those sort of events. Or yeah, like say I was like, say like my auntie was a crackhead. I didn't really become a crackhead, but I could have been ended up becoming a crackhead. Like I could have really became a crackhead, but it's in my lineage that there's crackhead syndrome somewhere in the lineage. But let's say if I'm making this resonate for me specifically, right? I do have somewhat of an addictive aspect to my personality, towards things that I really like. Like, so even if it's just like smoking the vape or eating a bunch of sugar, or I don't know, obsessing over somebody, it's something that causes you to go to those strong aspects, emotions, foundations. There's something that shifts you into that. That's what needs to be healed. Whatever shifts you into that form of addicting spirit. Like you become addicted to things that you shouldn't become addicted to. Some of, like, okay, say like you could be addicted to a partner, but it's like, it's almost like when you make something else like really, really important, and I won't even say over you, I'm gonna keep you out of the mix in a sense, because if you're making somebody else important, you're not important anymore. They're more important than you at the moment. Spirit wants you to be selfish in that regard, and only that regard, because you could care in other ways than putting somebody before you. And it doesn't mean that in every case you're going to be first in line over someone else. What I mean is there's a threshold that you get to where it becomes toxic. I'm going to shuffle these off. I just got this new deck. It's called Earth Woman Tarot. And it's like, but I'm going to shuffle the deck real quick off camera. Well, what I got from shuffling these cards is there's a karmic that's sad that they can't have fun with you anymore. Like they're kind of sick to the stomach that they can't have sexual relations with you anymore. They were very passionate about it. This is just coming straight out because Spirit wants you to know where these feelings may be coming from. You may have heard before. This is probably with this past coming up. Like, okay, why would my past feel like that? I don't talk to them anymore. Like, why would my past feel like that? They got somebody else. Why would my past feel like that? They just wanted me to be under their foot. And it's because of the passion that came from the sex. The only way that person truly understood love was through sex. The fact that you're not having sex with this person anymore, I'm hearing it makes them hate you. But they've treated you like shit before. They treated you like crap before. Can I get more about that? 'Cause I'm still getting messages from the last energy, but there's an energy of you celebrating after karma basically hit somebody. 3 of Wands. What's this 3 of Wands? 9 of Wands. So it's kind of like you knew this was going to happen, or you basically, you worked for this. Like, okay, if I get out of this situation, then I'll be happy. If I get out of this problem, then I'll be happy. And now that you've gotten out of this problem, yeah. Now that you've gotten out of the problem, people say like the energy returns back to the person. But I kind of see it in another light, right? I feel like if they received the type of pain that you received, they'd probably be in a mental institution. They didn't receive the same kind of mental anguish you've received. They've received it in their own dark way. So don't imagine it's the same exact feeling you had. But their pain comes from another place. And they're mad at you that they can't bring that to you. They're mad at you that they can't bring this they're mad that they can't bring confusion to you. They're mad that they can't set an illusion around you anymore. You're too smart. Thank you. Gracias is what I heard. I saw. Gracias. Thank you. Somebody might be Spanish here. Okay. What else? Oh. They want you to come back to them. They want you to come back and act like nothing really happened, but they do want to talk about it, but they don't want to talk too much about it. They're feeling strongly, but they don't think it's because of the shit that they're going through in their life, and they just know that you were the only person that made them feel like, you know, life was worth a dime a dozen. Life was really more interesting than people made it out to be. That's how they felt when they was with you. So they want that back. They feel like they're in like a zombie land. Okay, so what about the collective? So this person's trying to take over the energy for real. 8 of Swords. What's this 8 of Swords? What about the collective? What's this 8 of Swords? Lovers. And the Page of Cups. Oh, look how cool this picture is. Look, she got tats on her arm. Wow. That's the 8 of Swords and the Lovers. It's because of this situation. That's why Spirit is bringing it up. Why you're having a hard time accepting new love. Because it's hard for you to see that with the Page of Pentacles coming right behind it. That's who you're supposed to be celebrating with, somebody that was given to you by the divine. That was given to you by the divine. You earned it. And this is just the beginning. Like, it's not, okay, you ran the race, here's your prize, and you do what you want with your prize. No, this is a constant. This is the beginning of equal exchange from the divine. All you need to do is love, be loved, show how to love. Be, always be, show people how to be. And it comes with a plethora of different avenues. But this is who you are. You are being given your capital. And I don't know why it has been coming up in my mind of somebody wondering if that's also part of the past too. It's almost like you come to the point that you would even question the divine, in the sense where you were raised to believe that this was all evil. You understanding how tarot resonates with you is it will be seen as evil in some of y'all families, some of y'all friends' eyes. So there's an opening up that needs to take place. Because there's nothing but abundant things ahead of you, and it makes it hard for the divine to do the things that they've already shown, proved to you. It'd be the only thing that you've known your whole life after they've shown and proved. Like, literally, like, you could really sit there and be like, you know what, that's so true, because I've been recognizing that since I was a child. And it's done nothing but make me a better person to myself and others around me. Why would that be the devil? Or why would that be something that is not worth exploring? Because the devil could just be an energy as well. So these are things that we encounter and that we act with. And if we act in parallel to that, we get the parallel effect. It's basically like, let's just say there was no actual figures. Like, God, source, and universe are in one essence. They are that's why we say they when we say universe, because make them in our image, because source is one and all. It's like source is you and everybody. I just got like a real interesting download, and it's so out of, so basically, if every person in the world reached their Christ consciousness or their God complex, or they have reached the divine in their highest self, if every single person in the world was to do that, that's God. That's source. Source is above and around, like the jelly in the parfait, or the white piece in the parfait that holds all the pieces together, and they come together to create something. So this is like a mixing bowl. This earth is like a mixing bowl. Okay, I'm really going down a rabbit hole. So, people, places, and things. You realize that there's no way to not understand this in the clearest way But the problem is that you've been used to uniform definition and placing an object or a person to an energy, where energy can just be matter, visible and invisible, which is energy, the invisible matter. Nine of Pentacles. And you realizing this now is bringing you abundance, because it's allowing you to align to the energy of the earth, to where that's why Gaia is coming out so strong. Death came out. You're not a prospect anymore. You are a god. Death, God. And that's why they say, if everybody was to come closer to Christ, when I was in Christianity, they would have this theory that if everybody was to wake up and come close to Christ, that's when Christ will come back. And since you are coming more closer to Christ, like consciousness greater than who you were when you were in religion, it's just the things that religion's telling you not to do, you're doing still. But what you're realizing is that's not a religious aspect, that's a health aspect. That's something that will affect your health in the long run, although you are being protected while you are learning this, while you are programming this into your system, because it will get downloaded into the right files. But things do take time. You've taken damn near a whole lifetime to learn a way that was programmed into you by people that were from the elites. Exotic, dangerous reptiles that are, keep hearing prospect. They're part of the prospects. They control the prospects. You're not a prospect anymore. Seven of Pentacles. And now you're working on your new self. You are your new self. You are like the old you is literally non-existent. Like Judgment, Death, and the seven of Pentacles. It's like you turn, like, okay, I'm not saying that white is pure and black is not pure. Okay, I'm gonna just say that right now. I'm white, black, and Spanish. I'm half black. My mother's Puerto Rican, Sicilian. But the way I'm looking at this is both for the women that are being cleansed and cleaning and working. They're, if we was to put the colors on a coloring board and they're not human beings, they're pure compared to the dark color, right? And that's just with palettes. But that's what I got, because even when you go from gold to platinum, platinum is higher than gold. Platinum is like it's like a clarified gold by your vision. Like if you was to look at, okay, they got rid of the yellow and the gold and now it's platinum. Whatever, I don't know. That's what I'm getting. If you keeping up with this, hit that like button. Let me know how you keeping up with this in the comments. Send me an emoji, something. Throw me an emoji, honey. Throw me them honeys in the chat. Okay? You know the truth, and you're meant to speak the truth. And you have the ability to harness a vessel that is able to hold this truth and not get freaking freaked out and psyched out. Justice. Empress. And two becomes one. So then now the marriage comes into the mix. How marriage is so powerful. Humans in general are amazing, powerful beings, but you put two of the same but very different, and that's why we started with the yin and yang. You were meant to be in union with another just like you. For this collective, you were meant to be for somebody, with somebody just like you. Any blockages are being severed at this moment. Ashe. You will be open and learning and combating the mental aspects of yourself that you've had such a hard time combating before. That may not have anything to do necessarily with being in a relationship, but these are aspects about you that's been affected because of the relationships, whether it be family or love interests in your past. The Sun, Page of Wands. I just keep hearing you're realizing who you are now, and that's like, your spirit guides are just like, oh my gosh. F everything else. You know who you are now. I don't ever like to tell people what to do from a negative, from a lack mindset. Oh, make sure you don't do this. Make sure you don't do that. I don't like doing that. But you are so powerful that all it takes is your attention and your intentions and your time. Even if it's just a little bit of your time at a time. Isolation is not a horrible thing. You learn a lot in isolation. You do. So, Spirit is just happy that you're not seeing them as the devils in your life. Spirit is happy that you can actually see them for who they are. They are helping you. He's seeing free from religion. So it's almost like you still get the favor of God. You still got the... And it's really it's hard because it's hard for your guides because they still have emotion. So I'm guessing these are ancestors. Yeah. So it's a long time coming. It's been a while, but that's why butterfly been coming out a lot lately. I knew this was gonna have something to do with it. I picked up this charm before I started the reading. And I was just clearing them off the table. And it's two butterflies. So I guess Spirit needs you to combine with another butterfly. And they found them. And they want you to interact with this person. But there's a blockage. The blockages are being released. What was this blockage? Knight of Cups. He was afraid that it wasn't true. He was afraid. Can I get more on the Seven of Wands? He was afraid they wasn't who they said they were. He was afraid that they was going to be like the rest to... Yeah. But what's the Seven of Wands in reverse? Okay. It's almost like you caught yourself not respecting your boundaries. But this was not because this is a bad person. This is because something that you have within you. Like, this could be a really, this is a very healthy person. This person that the divine is bringing to you, this is a very healthy individual that does have their own things that they are still working with as well. They may not be as tapped in as you, but they are tapped in. What it is that they're trying to navigate this as well. But you feel like if you drop your guard, then you're going to lose your... You're afraid you're going to lose yourself if you drop your guard. And Spirit's not going to help you. That you're going to go back into poverty. And if you don't make the right decisions in life, then you're going to go back into poverty and loneliness. And that's not true. A lot of those dips or pauses, they're meant for you to listen. You just need to listen. Because there's so much going on around you. There has to be some kind of pause. And they're not trying to shut everything down, but there has to be a pause. Because you have to listen. You're not listening. It's like your parents giving you a toy and they're like, okay, let's come inside to eat. Come inside to eat. And you're not listening. You keep playing with the toys. So now they got to take the toys away. Now you're crying. No, but I want my toys. I want to play with my toys. Yeah, but you have to eat. You have to eat. You don't realize you're low on nutrients right now. You don't realize that you need to be replenished. You need to come inside and sit down. I'm here and sit down with your family and eat. Learn. Queen of Cups. You may have something to do with marine culture, marine life, Atlantis, something like that. I don't know much about Atlantis though. Change is coming. There is a reroute that was already placed. Queen of Wands. You manifested this. You manifested that all of your, all the things that you've gone through will build you. And now that you know that you don't have to do so much, all that comes quicker and easier. I didn't even mean to say quicker. 4 of Swords. So you rest. Relax. Let these things form. You came in, you sat down, you relaxed. Now you wait. Calm down. It's okay. Nothing is lost. The Hermit. Yeah. Come sit down. Listen. Nothing's lost. You're not going into poverty. You just need a plan. Thank you. You just need to think. You need to stop and think and pay attention. You're putting other things before your purpose. And I'm hearing it wasn't a long time that you did this for. It could be within a few days. But every moment rejected by the divine, it affects the result that you want. And they're not going to put you through, they're not going to allow you to go through poverty as long as you are staying in alignment. That's up to you, and that's not a decision of I have to do this or that. That's literally a tap in and pay attention. You know. Just tap in and pay attention. We need you to fulfill a prophecy. And it's your prophecy. But you fulfilling your prophecy Like, this is yours. It's not something that you created. You didn't create this prophet. You probably didn't say this prophecy, but this is something that is a part of your lineage. And it brings forth gifts. It just comes with it, but it's not like a exchange. Like, if you don't want gifts, you don't have to get gifts. You know, it's a situation of like, it's not a forcing thing. Like, oh, if you don't do this, this bad is gonna happen to you. No, it's not about good things and bad things happening. It's not about rewards. It's about knowing that what you're doing protects you and others and grows you and others, and who would not want that? That's just what I'm wondering. So you could convince yourself that this is wrong and that's wrong, or you could convince yourself that, oh, I'm good. I got it from here. But I'm hearing, don't bite the hand that feeds you. You have been put on a pedestal, and you're not going to be taken off of it. This is who you are. You are the Empress. You are a master manifester. You are a teacher. Spirit just needs you to understand that there's nothing here that will hurt you or your family lineage. It's just something you don't fully understand. You understand way more than someone at your caliber would even allow in. And that's why Spirit is protecting you so much. You took in more than the average person could handle. That's why even in the Bible, I think they had Jesus's mom say, like, you know, I don't even think the people could really contain. Like, not everything was written in the Bible, because I don't believe that people could contain the kind of miracles. I seen a hand in the sky before, after I was tested. This was during my religious point, but religion and spirituality is connected. There's just a threshold where people get stuck in the religion, because you can form religion into spirituality and it be good, but there has to be some picking out of thorns or weeds, because the Bible is a beautiful garden. It's just been tampered with and has patches of crabgrass in it, energetically, because of the elites. And you could spot the crabgrass. That's why you were chosen to withhold so much understanding so quickly. The devil, right? You see the devil in the details. That's why you're necessary. You figured this out yourself. You was not coerced. Okay. We're going to end it there. I hope this resonated for you. If it resonates, let me know by hitting that like button, and let me know how it resonates in the description box below. If you would like a personal, my personals are available. That information is in my description box. And until next time, later.